Hello and welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy and today we're going to be doing another full review episode. If you're new to the channel, hello, welcome, come on in, get comfortable. Let's have a pour, shall we? All my returning viewers, you know how we do, so let's get crack-a-lackin', shall we? Today's full review episode is going to be of the Hedges Butler Royale blended Scotch whiskey, triple cask matured. It's just got some good information there. 700 milliliter. 40% alcohol by volume, and we'll just give you like a little. You don't need that down there. We'll just skip that. Distilled bottle in Scotland for Ian MacLeod Distilleries. There's that name again. Silver Lake Imports, Miami, Florida. Go back up here real quick. Founded in 1667 during the reign of King Charles II. Don't go off the edge. Don't go off the edge. Let's go ahead and have a pour. Yeah, that's a little more. There we go. That's fine and dandy. That's trying to go off the edge all the way over there. So, Hedges and Butler. So this is a sub $20 bottle. It's under 15. It's actually, I paid $12.98, so it's just under $13 out the door. Where did I get this? Now I can't remember where the freak I got it. Anyways, if you're new to the channel, hello, welcome. I do a 3-part series to my reviews process. Part 1, off the rip, get it home, crack it open, have my first pour, share my first experience with you because that's what we do. Part 2, full review, where we're at today. We drink it down halfway, put the cap back on it, put it on the shelf, let it sit for a week and a half, 2 weeks, let it off gas, let it open up. While it's doing that, I'm going to go online, find out as little as possible, come back, we're going to talk about it. I'm going to score it and continue to drink it because part 3, final pour episode, thusly named. We're going to have that final pour compared to the first pour off the rip and everything in between. So the nosing is really not that bad. It's a $13 bottle of Scotch. So it's either I honestly can't remember at this point where I got it. It's either Specs or Total Wine. I do apologize about that. I normally don't write that stuff down. This kind of stuff I do occasionally. It's normally I remember that kind of thing, but you know, Mr. Randy has that neurological issue where 1/10 of his memory malfunctions for temporary. You know. This is going to sound weird, but I'm getting sort of like a dish soap, like a Dawn dish soap. Oh, it's because I used the green apple Dawn dish soap, and it's not on the glass; it's in the glass. It's green apple. I'm getting predominantly green apple, very light orchard fruit. That's the green apple. So they did start the distillery in 1667, but they did not get their royal warrant until 1837. So this is, they say this is like at least 5 years old in the bottle. Every Scotch is at least 3 years old. That's the mandate for making Scotch, making it legal, of course. But they are stating that the blends that are in here are at least 5 year. Why don't they just put that on there? I don't know. Sometimes they think it's kind of like it's kind of pompous. I don't know why, but just, I don't know. I get it. Sometimes no one really wants to put a number on the bottle unless it's a 10, at least a 10. We've had 8-year-olds and they were just fine. We've had a few 5-year-olds and they were okay. So they do offer a couple other. They offer a 12-year and it's a green label. This is a regular beige. I think the 12-year is a green label. I do remember seeing that. So yeah, that's about all the information I could gather up upon that. So let's break out Mr. Randy's handy dandy whiskey color scale, and off camera we're gonna nail this color down. I'm gonna say it is somewhere between Palo Cortado Sherry and Burnt Amber. But we're going to move on. It does have a very nice nose. Like I said, it's got very light orchard fruit, like green apple, like a crisp green apple. It smells a lot like my Dawn dish soap. Okay, let's go ahead and get on that palate. That's not bad. That's a $13. That's a $13 bottle of Scotch. There is that sort of dark, dank character that you normally would get off of a cheap Scotch. Normally, you wouldn't associate 5-year and cheap. 3-year is a standard, and that should be relatively considered cheap. And then you got 5-year, which should be considered the basic. But not a lot of people are as patient. Let's go ahead. One more on the palate. I believe there's a little bit better viscosity than you actually can see there. It's a little better viscosity. You just have to take my word for it if you haven't tried this. It's got a really, for a $13 bottle of Scotch, this is not a cheap Scotch. This is an inexpensive Scotch. And the difference is, well, cheap Scotch is barely drinkable. This is nice. It's good. I can do one more on the palate, little one. Well, the palate is different than the nose. The palate's a little more darker fruit. It doesn't have that deep richness of plum that some of the higher end Scotch does have sometimes. But it is a dark, richer, smoother fruit, like a darker fruit. Let's go ahead and do this finish. That is actually not bad. I've had Scotch in the $15 to $20 range that can't be touched by this. I mean, sorry, this, you know what I'm saying. This is better than plenty of those lower end Scotch I've had. The finish is mostly on the tongue and a little bit on the back end, a little bit of heat. And it's just, it's a tasty one. Yeah, it's mostly tongue. You get that warmth on the back end, the tongue, and then a little bit on the cheeks, and that's about the priority. That's the pecking order for that one. Back end's got some warmth, some heat. Probably it's not going to hit a 2 out of 5, but it's nice. The cheeks are barely a 1. It's not bad, but it's got some length to it. It's got some length to it, and that's kind of nice. Let's put a finish. A score. Let's put a score on this. Good golly, Miss Molly, $12.98, $13 for this inexpensive bottle of Scotch, 5-year. Ian McLeod does it again. My score on this is going to be a weak 4 out of 5. For $13, you're getting a pretty approachable Scotch here. It is a blend. I did not get any information on what's in the blend. No. No. Don't know exactly what's in it, but it's nice. It's pretty good. $13. That's a low budget banger. That's a really low budget banger. That's easy. I'm confused at the moment to figure out whether or not the final pour, this bottom half of the bottle, once we get lower to this like final quarter, if it's going to fall apart. Right now, it's holding pretty steady. Okay, so score it. We already did, right? Okay. It was a weak 4 out of 5. Okay, my fair price for this, at least 15. Any decent bottle of scotch worth drinking starts off at least 15. That's not true, because Mr. Randy really loves that Highland Mist, and I can get that. I can get that one for like $10. I can get that one for even cheaper than this one. And that Highland Mist is a blending of four Highland Mist blends, and I think it's one Island. I think it's 2 Highland and 1 Speyside and then 1 Island, I do believe. But because it has 2 Highland in it, it's a Highland Mist. But that Highland Mist for about $10 it's very nice. It's very easy, very approachable. It's $10 and it's not going to offend you. Well, it doesn't offend me. I will always be, it'll be a no-brainer for me for that Highland Mist. If I need something, this is also nice. I would say this probably just edges out the Highland Mist. And I would go for the few dollars more and I would get this one because there's a little bit more fruits and caramel. The Highland Mist is pretty much a well-rounded, well-balanced. It's just, there's nothing that really sticks out any which way or the other. It's just a pretty well-rounded like ball, like a sphere, and there's no edges to really focus on. But it's a good drinker. It's an easy drinker. My fair price, like I said, at least $15. Yeah, bump it up a little bit for this one. You're underselling it. Buy this again. Yeah, would I reach for this before I reach for the Highland Mist? At this point, I can't really say, but if you come back for the final pour, I will definitely have that notched in my brain for sure. Anywho, if you liked the video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. If you have not subscribed to the channel as of yet, please do so while you're there. That way these videos get to you without having to go through the algorithm. Anywho, there it is. In the comment section, would love to know where you're at. What are you drinking? Have you had the Hedges and Butler Royale? What do you think about it? And as always, thanks for stopping by here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. Have a good one.